This show is part of the RetroZap.com podcast network.
Hello, this is Alan Harris, who is Bosk in Empire Strikes Back. I'm at a Star Wars show at Leamington Spa. You are listening to Brews and Blasters. Good luck.
Here we go.
You're listening to Brews and Blasters. The Star Wars party starts now.
How we doing?
Same as always.
That bad, huh?
Hokey religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side, kid.
Let us go inside where we can discuss business over a drink.
Would you join me for a little refreshment?
Everyone's invited, of course.
With Chris Salton and Joe Tavano, two guys from Boston who are talking about this stuff anyway.
Let him marinate with like a good steak tip.
Oh, yeah.
Renegades. We're having a nice time.
We just got a cup of super cold sippy sip.
Yes. We had a barbecue. Society.
Okay, stop
With the guy will take a look. What's up, Warheads? It's time to talk about the Bad Batch. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it bad? Is it batch? I don't know. We're going to find out. I think we're going to like it. Let's try this a second time.
So I think that makes it 3 times in 5 years. That's not bad.
Not bad. We lost a couple of minutes there the first time. You guys will never get it back. But you know what? It's okay. We're here now. We're here for you. So, hey, Chris. I'm drinking this bourbon here. I feel like I'm doing the conversation the second time. It's always more awkward. But I just want to say, you know, we've killed a couple of bottles of Elijah Craig in our years. Wouldn't you say, Chris?
I would say so, yeah. It's good stuff.
Yeah, we enjoy our Elijah Craig bourbon. We're not sponsored, but I've been drinking the Barrel Proof series from them, which is it's higher alcohol content. It's basically like whatever they take right out of the barrel and not water down for like to make it the typical 45% alcohol that you get from most bourbons. They just take it straight out of the barrel. So you get like a really pure, full flavored bourbon at that point. It's a little higher in proof. It's a sipping bourbon. It's definitely not something that you buy to like just crush. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So what I didn't realize until I started watching this YouTube channel called Bourbon Junkies, really fun stuff. You should probably watch it, Chris. I think you'd like it. They're fun. They're funny. I don't know.
I'm definitely going to check it out.
They look familiar, and I've never met them, but they're the type of guys who like they just sound and look familiar to you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know, you can relate to them. They're not snobs. Yeah. They're not snobs about their bourbon, is what I can say. So, as it turns out, the barrel proof bourbon comes in different batches. There's an A batch, a B batch, and the C batch. And I had the C batch, And what I didn't realize is that I was basically drinking what tasted like gasoline because I didn't try the A and B batch. Now, I got my hands on a bottle of the B batch, the B519 Elijah Craig barrel proof. And I got to tell you, oh my God, I haven't enjoyed a bottle of bourbon this much in years. It's so good. It's delicious. It's like caramel. It's like caramel and vanilla in my mouth, and it burns going down. You get the nice heat, and it's amazing. It's so flavorful. It's one of the best bourbons I've had in a long time.
So I'm assuming that the C batch was the strongest batch.
It was higher in alcohol content, but it just, these batches, they're very small. They're not widely released. Like, you get what you get from each year, and they all come out of like pretty much the same barrel. You know what I mean? So the A barrel, the A series comes out in like one batch, the B series comes out in another, and the C comes out in another. So these are all. They
do this every year?
They do, yeah, and it's pretty cool. Barrel strength bourbons have become like the new hot thing in like bourbon collecting. You know what I didn't realize, Chris? That like bourbon and whiskey collecting is as big as Star Wars collecting. There are like collector groups. Yeah. There are collector groups on like Facebook and other places. Where people are selling them aftermarket, like black market. Like, you can buy like bottles of really expensive bourbon online, like through like traders, which is, because it's alcohol, it's technically illegal, but people are doing it, which I think is crazy. I've never actually like sought that out. I probably won't, but I just think it's crazy how into bourbon collecting it is. It's very similar to Star Wars collecting in that way. Like, people are looking for the rare finds, they're looking for the vintage stuff, they're looking for, what's new and hot. Pretty cool in a lot of ways.
Now with the ABC batches, now Elijah Craig, that's usually like what, like a $40 to $50 bottle of bourbon?
I think the regular ones we buy are pretty economical, around like 30 to 35. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so between like let's say 30 and 40. That's the regular.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming the ABC batches, are they more expensive?
They are. These are going for about 65.
Ooh, wow. Now,
but they're stronger, so you're drinking less.
Is it 65 across the board, like A, B, C, or
like
when you go to C, is like C the highest?
No. They're not. The price points aren't different for different batches as far as I'm shopping. I basically just like, if you pretty much, like, if they taste different, So when I first bought it, I just kind of got whatever I got. But the second time I bought a bottle, I was like, hey, could you grab me an A bottle? Because the A was, the bourbon junkies said the A was the best. So I was like, hey, I want an A. But they're like, we only got B and C. I'll grab a B and try that out. And I was blown away by the difference. It was so good. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have thought about it. I would have just been like, oh, Elijah Craig. No, what I would have been like? I would have been like, why is that one $65?
Because it's the good stuff. That's why.
Right.
Yeah. And speaking of the good stuff, welcome to our podcast. What's up, guys? Welcome to Brews and Blasters. You found it. The original Star Wars party, often imitated, never duplicated. Thank you for being here. If this is your first time partying with us, we hope you have a good time. And we're sorry, we're not sorry, we're whatever we are. We are what we are. What are you drinking there? You get a Snapple? A Snapple?
No, it's another Cape Cod.
Look at you with the Cape Cod. I'm proud of you. I got to tell you, I'm proud of you. That's good stuff right there, my friend.
Stuff.
Yeah, definitely. My name
can't go wrong with the classics.
You can't. It's a great place, the Cape Cod and the vodka and cranberry. My name is Joe Tavano. Joining me as always, my good buddy on the other line here, Chris Alton.
What is going on, guys and girls
and ladies and men? Gentlemen, madam, society. We haven't gone society style in a long time.
We haven't done that. We haven't talked about box trolls and just got all wacky. I don't even know if the Yodelite works anymore.
Oh my, the Yodelite better work. I almost swore there.
Imagine if we plug it in, it just explodes.
Oh my gosh. He's like, what if it said, "Miss you I have." Why no turn on Yodelite? And it just like self-destructs.
Like, hey guys, it's like, hey guys, welcome and thank you for listening to Brews and Blasters. We're officially haunted.
Yeah, our lamp is sentient now. We're gonna figure this one out. Yeah. So you know what? We were just talking before the show, and pretty much no matter what will come and go, this podcast will never die. That's one thing we've pretty much figured out. We'll go on forever. I literally told Chris, I'm like, I'm in Beat Lab 2, which is, my closet in this quarantine era. And I said, hey, if you happen to see on camera this door open up in back of me and there's like a ghost or a ghoul, let me know. All right, but enough with the fun talk. Hey, Chris, when does the Star Wars party begin?
Right about now.
Yeah, that's true. That's factual. You did it. Congratulations. We don't need a Yodelite, I guess. I miss the Yodelite. I got to be honest with you. I really miss it.
Yeah, that thing is pretty sweet.
It is sweet, man. And, I can't wait to get back to it. I can't wait till this quarantine is over. This pandemic has gone by the wayside. And it's in back of us, and we can just get back to partying the way we used to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. It's definitely missed. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you guys are feeling it too. It's wearing on us. But you know what? We persevere. We carry on. You know what we've always said here? We've said it for years. Determination. Perseverance.
Perseverance.
Perseverance. It's exactly the assistant coach motto. That's what it is. And you know what? That's what we're doing here. We're determined and we're persevering. You, me, all of us. We're all doing it.
Yeah, we're just plowing through it like everyone else.
We're plowing. That's right. We're plowing through this pandemic. I don't even know where to go from there, but I guess let's get into the big news of the day. All right. I got to tell you, before we get into the news, I have another thing. What are you drinking that Cape Codder out of? I got to ask.
Oh, it's the 1983 Burger King Return of the Jedi Cup.
Yeah.
And it's the one that has Jabba the Hutt, Princess Leia, and the Max Rebo band. I got it for $6 at an antique shop. Oh, they had a bunch of, remember a long time ago when somebody sent you a picture and it said Revenge of the Jedi?
Yes.
And it was the scene of Luke fighting Vader with the Emperor in the back?
Yes.
The guy had about 8 of them. They were all lined up.
What?
Right? But it didn't say, no, it didn't say Revenge. I would have bought all 8 of them.
Oh, yeah.
No, and I was like, dude, it was the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh, what? So I'm trying to see what they all say. And clearly it's just Return of the Jedi. And it makes me wonder, like, was that fake? It had to be a fake one,
I don't know, man. I don't think so. They looked really legit to me.
It did. It really did. Now, I don't know how you could fake that.
He wasn't looking to sell. That's the thing. He wasn't looking to sell to me. So he was just looking for a valuation, and he never got back to me. So I think that Revenge of the Jedi cups are out there, to be honest with you.
He's probably rich. He probably bought a yacht with it.
Yeah, probably. He had a yacht on the reg. I noticed that you have the pedestal bottom on that instead of the tumbler bottom. Yeah, I've done my research, my friend.
You did,
Yeah.
and I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't realize it, but I remembered because me and Joe, we went on a little kick with these glasses.
The Burger King glasses.
Honestly,
we did a kick.
That was 5 years ago. But I got these glasses.
More than that. 7 years ago.
It was one of like the first collaborations we did.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
I got these glasses because we've been going to for people that listen, I've been going to Maine for a long time now, and I go to the same antique shops, and I think I got every single cup except for like maybe 3 I had to get on eBay.
Right.
From these antiques and from the antique shops. And I mean, they're beautiful. Like I can only hope that these places do something like this again.
I know. I mean, the Alamo Drafthouse did great ones for the sequel trilogy.
Joe, I'm going to be completely honest with you. They are great, and I do love them. And thank you so much, Mark, for sending all of them to
Mr.
us because I love them. And I do drink out of them. They're great, but I will admit
They're
the
not
artwork on these glasses are better.
Oh yeah.
And I know now the Alamo Draft Houses, those are done by Mondo, and Mondo does amazing. Like, the collaboration artists that they have.
They're modern. These look 70s.
Dude, look how good that is.
Jabba looks perfect. He does.
Look at this is, in my eyes, this is flawless.
Yeah, they really are.
It's perfect.
Flawless victory right there. I got to tell you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how's that for a Bad Batch announcement coverage?
No, what I loved was the the title for whatever episode it was. You're like, everything but.
Yeah, everything. You know, it's funny. It happened to us again. We recorded, and then all of a sudden, the Bad Batch announcement came out right afterwards. Like, well, we're gonna talk about other things this episode.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Yeah, we have everything but the Bad Batch 1, and then everything but the Bad Batch 2, and we get to this episode where we're gonna talk about the Bad Batch. So, you ready to talk about the Bad Batch, my friend?
I am. I really am.
Let's do it. Yes. I know it's a Clone Wars soundtrack, but you know, I feel like it's right because we're talking about the Bad Batch here. You know what I mean? It's an offshoot. It's pretty much the most direct continuation of the Clone Wars story, I think, even more than Rebels, because it's I feel like the Bad Batch arc, like I know why they concluded in season 7 now. Like it's what's, are you familiar with the term a backdoor pilot, Chris? Have you ever heard of that?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. I like an episode of series that is used to kind of introduce new characters for a spin-off series. It's a backdoor pilot. You know, they don't show it. They show it in the regular season instead of like trying to make it a pilot on its own. So
yeah,
I that's pretty much what the Bad Batch arc was. It was a backdoor pilot, essentially. Those 4 episodes were trying to introduce the Bad Batch so they could give them their own series. And I think that's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about it. What are your thoughts, Chris?
When you actually sent me the link, I found out about this through you first because it was during work, like all announcements. We're all busy.
Yeah.
And you sent me that link, and I was like, oh my god. And it said StarWars.com, and I was like, this is really happening.
Yeah. Hello.
And yeah, I was really excited. Right when I got home, I told Alexa about it, and I was like, this is like the biggest news that we've got in a while. It feels like, because I know we got the news about all those graphic novels with the High Republic, which I'm probably not going to get into because I don't have time. But something like the Bad Batch, and I love the Clone Wars so much, and like you just said, it is a continuation. It's based in the Clone Wars era.
Yep.
Clearly, it's going to be during the Clone Wars. Well, actually,
no.
I don't. No, it's not.
Do you want to read the announcement?
Ended. Yeah.
All right, let's read the announcement.
Well, I just thought to myself, season 7 ends when Revenge of the Sith.
Exactly.
So these dudes clearly survived, and they didn't have chips in their heads.
Did they, or we don't really know that yet? All right, so here's what we know. This is the press release from Star Wars. Today, Disney Plus ordered its next animated series from Lucasfilm, Star Wars: The Bad Batch. Fresh off the critically acclaimed series finale of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the Disney Plus original series will premiere on the streaming service in 2021. No idea when in 2021, but it is happening. The series follows the elite and experimental clones of the Bad Batch, first introduced in the Clone Wars, as they find their way in a rapidly changing galaxy in the immediate aftermath of the Clone War. Not the Clone Wars. They're talking about the Clone War again. We've lost the S on the Clone War. I don't like that. I gotta be honest. I always like the Clone Wars, not Clone War. Anyways, members of the Bad Batch, a unique squad of clones who vary genetically from their brothers in the Clone Army, each possess a singular exceptional skill, which makes them extraordinarily effective soldiers and a formidable crew. In the post-Clone War era, they will take on daring mercenary missions as they struggle to stay afloat and find new purpose. Interesting, huh?
Yeah.
They will take on daring mercenary missions as they struggle to stay afloat and find new purpose. Do you know what I thought of when I read that line, Chris? And no one's really been talking about it. Do you know what I thought about? I'll give you a clue right now. Dude, the Bad Batch is the A-team. They're taking on mercenary missions in a trying to, as they struggle to stay afloat and find new purpose. Dude, that is the A-team. After Vietnam, they were soldiers for hire. That's what they were. Yeah, this is Wrecker and the other guys. This is the Bad Batch. It's the 18th. This is the guys. I don't know their names. And Echo. This is it,
Yeah, so
right?
I'm assuming, I'm assuming the chips are out of their head and they're guns for hire, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how they're going to get chips out of the head. If the chips were ever installed, if they're faulty, what's going on there? I don't know.
Who knows? Maybe Echo, all that stuff that happened to Echo.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe the chip was fried. Maybe he knew about it. I don't know. But
yeah, Echo was like the first one who knew, right? Wasn't he the first one who knew?
He was already gone with the Bad Batch.
It was Fives who was the first one who knew. Fives was the first one. So I don't know. Maybe Rex is like their, Rex is like the one who gives them jobs or something. I don't know. Maybe Rex gets in contact with them. Do
you think that there's going to be familiar faces like Rex or Opal Rancis? Like people like that, people that we saw before.
I really hope that Oppo comes back. I mean, it would be a fantastic one because, I mean, I think he'll be looking for new purpose too. If you ask me.
Well, what I would really like is this is a great opportunity if they're exploring this and the Clone Wars has ended. Revenge of the Sith is happening.
It's over.
The Jedi, the Jedi that are hiding. It would be cool if they ran into some Jedi. It
would be cool if they start to help like Jedi at that point. Dude, they could run into Cal Kestis. They could run, the Fallen Order series. They could run into so many people who are still around there trying to make their way. I mean, I like this idea of like the Rise of Empire era they're trying to make their way in. I think we're going to get a lot of different perspectives in it, and it's a great way to kind of get out of like the main storyline and kind of see more of the galaxy too. Because they're going to try and keep a low cover, keep a low profile, and take on different jobs, which is pretty cool, This isn't like Rebels, where they're going to start like the Alliance. This isn't like Resistance, They're just off doing their own thing. We don't even know what happens to them.
It'd be great. This is a perfect opportunity to see Boba Fett animated.
Oh.
An adult Boba Fett with the Mandalorian armor. Basically, like the scene that we saw at Celebration, like Cad Bane and Boba Fett. I don't know if they're going to go into that, but you never know because, there's rumors about Cad Bane popping up in the Mandalorian. It would be cool because if they're guns for hire, so aren't bounty hunters. So I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
they're going to run into each other.
I think that they will cross paths with bounty hunters. Will they be hired to defend against bounty hunters? Will they be hired to join bounty hunters? Who knows? I think that's probably going to be a decision they're going to have to make, right? Are they bounty hunters or not? Or are they something different? Are they something more? I think that could be a really cool idea for them. I think
it would be cool if the rebellion gets in touch with them.
Well, if this is happening immediately after, the rebellion isn't even a thing. We know from Rebels, the Rebel Alliance didn't even start till a couple years before A New Hope.
Oh, true.
Yeah. So I think this is probably like helping out individual planets, individual groups as they start to kind of pull together and kind of deal with things in the aftermath. Hopefully we get more than just the Outer Rim. I don't want them just to be on the Outer Rim. I want them to be all over the galaxy. I want to see Canto Bight. I want to see like weird places. I want to see like places we've already been to. I want to see Coruscant during the Rise of Empire era.
Yeah, I feel like they already have a ton of story written about this because I don't think this is going to be like a one and done series. I can see this going on for a little bit.
Yeah, I think we got a couple of seasons out of this. I would say probably, if you ask me, I think we probably have 3 or 4 seasons out of this.
There's no way, and I already have like so much confidence in this series. Like, I don't think it's going to crash and burn. I love the Clone Wars. If they just have the feel of the Clone Wars with these already awesome characters that we got introduced with. I mean, we love the fact that Echo survived. I love the Bad Batch right when these guys like got off of the gunship when I was like, whoa.
They're so cool, right?
Yeah, and I love their personalities. It just works. And, us being Star Wars collectors too, we're
getting figures.
I think we actually said it on one of the episodes of just being like, we love these characters. It would be awesome to get action figures, but that's not going to happen because of what's going on.
Well, now there's a series, so we're definitely getting action figures.
Dude, if not, all right, let's rewind here. They're definitely making the show.
Yeah.
If we don't get the figures, like, that's just the stupidest thing in the world.
Exactly. They already have merch. They already have a T-shirt available on Her Universe. Men's shirts are available on Her Universe. I will say that. If in case that can be confusing, but yeah, you can get a men's T-shirt of the Bad Batch right now on Her Universe.
And it's the logo. The logo that they announced.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool logo. It looks a lot like the Clone Wars, but a little more. I don't know what you'd call it. It looks a little more like
rougher.
Yeah, like a little more metallic, like a little more. I don't know.
It looks like concrete.
Yeah, like it looks like scrap metal, like rusted and scrap metal, like piecing together stuff in the aftermath of the war. You know what I mean? I kind of get that look from it.
I feel like they had so much planned for Celebration that was just gonna and that they probably had some footage that they're gonna show.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm sure of that. Yeah. So yeah, let's get back into the press release a little bit. Okay, so we have two more paragraphs here. Here's a quote here. Given new and existing fans, the final chapter of Star Wars: The Clone Wars has been our honor at Disney Plus, and we are overjoyed by the global response to this landmark series, said Agnes Chu, Senior Vice President, Content, Disney Plus. While The Clone Wars may have come to its conclusion, our partnership with the groundbreaking storytellers and artists at Lucasfilm Animation is only beginning. We are thrilled to bring Dave Filoni's vision to life through the next adventures of the Bad Batch. Interesting. Very effluvious praise being brought upon Dave Filoni there. Star Wars: The Bad Batch is executive produced by Dave Filoni, Athena Portillo, Brad Rao, Jennifer Corbett, with Carrie Beck as co-executive producer and Josh Rhimes as producer. Rao is also serving as supervising director, with Corbett as head writer. All these people have worked on Star Wars in the past. The only person I don't see on here who was previously kind of in a leadership role is Justin Ridge, who was leading the end of Star Wars Rebels and all of Star Wars Resistance. So he doesn't seem to be part of this. Maybe he's working on something different. I don't know. Or maybe he's moved on. I'm not sure. But I thought that was really interesting.
Is Dave Filoni directing?
Executive producing. So he's pretty much signing the checks and checking things off and approving stuff, but he's not really in the day-to-day. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, it sounds like he just dropped this idea of awesomeness on the table. Yeah. And they put a team together, and it sounds like he's going to do what Lucas used to do. He would come in and be like, I like this, not that, like that. Good for him, dude. He so deserves this. Exactly. He really does. Exactly.
And he's moving on. I mean, Filoni is in charge of a lot of stuff on The Mandalorian right now. He has this series executive producing. He's executive producing probably other stuff we don't even know of yet. I feel like Favreau and Filoni are really becoming very, very influential leaders in Star Wars content right now. And they're shining stars. They're the stars up there right now, and that's huge, and that's great. I'm really happy about that. So while Filoni may not be involved in the day to day, we know he's executive producing, so we know the quality control is there. It reminds me of back in the '80s when you saw Steven Spielberg was executive producing a movie, even though he wasn't directing it. You're like, well, if Spielberg's involved, it's all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I watched Twister last weekend, and I gotta tell you, dude, Twister is a great movie. I know it sounds crazy. You remember Twister with the tornadoes?
Yeah, Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton, yeah, exactly. Flying cows, whatever. That movie is so watchable and so enjoyable every single time I watch it. It's just fun. It's just a fun movie. I can watch it all the time.
Now, what I thought was interesting was I'm not really on Twitter all that much.
Yeah. Neither am I.
So when I put it on, when I logged on, I can't even talk. So when I was looking at Twitter, I saw your post, and you're like, "All right, guys, most '90s movie," and my mind really did go to like, I don't know, I was thinking '90s and like what I was doing, and it was like Can't Hardly Wait, Starship Troopers, Jurassic Park, and you're like, nope, Twister, and I'm like, Twister's a good movie.
Yeah, it might be the most
weird reason
90 movie.
It doesn't come to my mind. Like it wasn't even in the top 10 for the 90s.
But when you watch it, you look at it and you're like, oh, this is so 90s. It is so deep in the 90s. It's at the bottom of the hole. You know what I mean? Like if the 90s were a hole that you have to dig into and dig out of, it is at the bottom. It is the deepest living inside the 90s that you'd ever expect. It's so funny.
So somebody also wrote for their suggestions The Fifth Element, and I'm that movie is so 90s.
I gotta tell you, everyone who replied to that Twitter thread gave me fantastic suggestions, and they were all met with the same reply. Nope, Twister. I told you, it's the most 90s movie ever. Everyone gave me fantastic ideas, but you know what?
You weren't asking people. That's what you left out of your original statement.
I was telling. I said, well, if you followed it, if you followed the entire post, if you scroll down to the bottom, it said, nope, you're wrong, it's Twister. So then
and then you're writing, you would spell out Twister and put like things in between.
Yeah, exactly, Twister. Yeah, no, it's true. And you know what's funny, Chris? Bringing this all back to Star Wars, guess what I saw at the end of that movie when I watched it over the weekend?
What?
Executive produced by Kathleen Kennedy and Steven Spielberg. Who knew? You know what I mean?
There's a lot of movies that Steven Spielberg has his name on that I'm still surprised, and I'm still figuring it out now.
Yeah, exactly. The more and more you go back to the 90s and the 80s, you're going to see Kathleen Kennedy's name everywhere. Dude, Signs?
I think
Kathleen Kennedy, Signs. 2002, M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, that movie freaked me out a little bit.
I love
because
that movie.
I had a window air condition. When you shut it off, it actually sounded the same way the aliens talked.
Bro, that's
and I
wanted
to, I wanted to kick it. I wanted to super kick it right out my window.
You should have just super kicked it. That's a creepy sound right there.
Do you know that George Lucas and Steven Spielberg had their hands in The Land Before Time?
What?
Yep, I had no idea.
I feel like I knew this when I was a child, and then I forgot it because my brain just couldn't deal with that information when I was learning like algebra. So yeah, no, I forgot that. But man, that's wild. They're everywhere.
Yeah,
they were everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Anything else, guys? Like,
what else? What other gems did he create for us? You know, how many fingers in the pot do you have? It's crazy. Yeah. So Filoni to be executive producing this, is in the tradition of, Lucas and Kathleen Kennedy and Steven Spielberg and all the greats, just kind of lending their expertise to these new projects, letting other people kind of take the wheel. So I think that's awesome.
What I absolutely love is that Dave Filoni is becoming a household name instead of being known as, oh, it's the guy with the cowboy hat. No. Now it's Dave Filoni. Like he's the guy,
Exactly. Or as other places to call him Dave the Pony.
I never heard that.
Yeah, when they couldn't make out his name, sometimes the press called him Dave the Pony because they didn't know if that was like it, translation sites and whatnot. My oldest daughter thought that was always funny. Dave the Pony.
He must have loved that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he loved that. That was fantastic for him. Sam, what we're waiting on the Bad Batch. I wonder if he has a role in it. You gotta wonder. But speaking during a stream on Twitch, he's always on that Twitch. I don't really get on there, but Sam Whitworth's always on that Twitch, streaming things and playing video games and doing the things that you do on Twitch. And he says, I will tell you, it looks really good. It looks absolutely beautiful. The story, at least I know where the story begins for the first several episodes, and I was very pleased because it's a little area of Star Wars that has not often been visited. Interesting. I wonder if Whitwer's on this project. You know what I mean?
I think so. I feel like they always yeah, well, he's wicked tight with Filoni, and I mean he's a very, very talented actor.
Yeah.
So I mean, he would, if I was anybody that was working on the show, like I would be like, hey, call up Sam. I'm sure we can get to whether they revisit Darth Maul or who knows. Like, are they actually going to make Vader's secret apprentice like canon?
Oh snap! Maybe, you never know.
Like, is Starkiller going to make an appearance?
Who knows? Maybe Whitworth could do a totally different voice, totally different character at this point. You know, you never know.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it. What else is Whitworth doing these days? If he's not doing Star Wars, what else is he doing? He hasn't done a lot lately.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he doesn't do much live action lately.
Yeah, let's put it this way. I think the house is paid off, and he just hangs out a little bit, and maybe like he takes a role in Star Wars when he wants to.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It sounds pretty good.
It sounds like a sweet deal to me. So this is
I'll tell you.
Oh, what are you gonna say?
Those are good friends to have. Like when the phone rings, you go.
You pick up the phone when it rings. That's for sure.
Yeah.
He got the bat phone ready. You know, when that bat phone rings, he picks it up. Okay, so this is what he says regarding the animation style and other work being done. It meant getting a lot of people back in there that was previously been at Lucasfilm and moved on when the Clone Wars was canceled. In order to do Clone Wars, you need a lot of those folks back. What I liked is that they didn't just put all back that together only to let them go again. I don't really know what that means. I guess he's trying to say they didn't bring them all together again to let them go after it was done.
Right.
The Clone Wars, he's saying. So what I saw was brilliant, extraordinary, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful animation. I won't say what it looks like, but I will say this: the quality of the Clone Wars, where that bar is set, yes, absolutely, totally. So I'm guessing it's not the Clone Wars style, but it's something beautiful and to the next level. You know what I mean?
To be honest with you, I would have been more than happy with it just looking like the Clone Wars.
So the Clone Wars was an expensive show to make. The style they did it in was expensive, and the way they created that show was an expensive way to go, because it was initially envisioned by Lucas, and Lucas was saying, we got 100 episodes, and we're just gonna pay for it. I don't know, whoever wants to air it airs it. We're just gonna make it. We're making 100 episodes. We're doing it.
What I love about George Lucas is he's never cared about the cost, and I love that.
Never.
I mean, we are talking about a billionaire. I understand that, but like, dude, that it gets expensive, and he didn't care.
Well, you know what? He did care, but he was so, back in the day, he was so determined to do it on his own. He didn't care. Like, he would rather pay for it for himself and reap the rewards and trust in himself than worry about it on the studio side. So he took the risk. Like, people forget how much anxiety that dude went through, you know,
Oh my God.
like in the original trilogy. Like, we wonder why the prequels weren't created earlier. It's because that brother had a nervous breakdown. That dude was like stressed out the entire time. Every single time he made a movie, he was so stressed out because it was so much for him to make that movie. He was financing it all himself, and if it blew, if it sucked, it was all on him. He lost it all. So can you imagine the stress of that? Have you ever put up that money?
No.
Have you ever put up money and said, well, if this is bad, I lose it all? You know what I mean? I mean, think about that. He financed Empire, Jedi, Phantom, Attack of the Clones, and Sith all on his own. Bro, that takes some cojones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That takes some scatophiles, to put it in the Italian.
It's insane.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I love like any chance that like you see like documentaries or behind the scenes or whatever. I can literally listen to Lucas talk forever.
You know what scatophiles means? It means artichokes.
What is it?
Scatophiles means artichokes. Yeah! Definitely didn't do that twice. What else is up in Star Wars world? So Phantom Tracks wonders if Star Wars films could be made with smaller budgets in the future. I mean, after all, we are in a pandemic. There is an economic downturn around the globe. Cinemas and film production studios are hurting right now. So could we actually expect other Star Wars films to be made in the future with the same budgets that like the sequel trilogy was made with? I'm not so sure. However, I will say that with like, you know, the new technology with coming out of the Mandalorian, that stagecraft technology, I think it might be possible to make movies for a lot cheaper in the future. You know what I mean?
Right when you started talking about that, my mind immediately went to what they're doing at The Mandalorian.
Oh yeah, they're making a whole series in one room. It's crazy, and I gotta tell you, Chris, I'm still blown away that it was in one room. It looks perfect to me. Every shot in that series looks perfect. It looks like it's on location. I don't understand how I know how they did it. I just don't understand. I don't understand how it looks so good, how it looks so perfect. It's wild.
It looks amazing.
Like I can't see the special effects. You know what I mean? I can't see it. Maybe I'm an old guy. I don't know, but I can't see what's going on.
I think season 1 was over or close to being over when they kind of revealed what they were doing.
Yeah.
And that's when it blew my mind because I thought they were in the desert. I thought they were all over the place and they weren't.
It's blowing my mind. You know, the stagecraft technology is a true game changer in Hollywood. And what they're able to do, especially, you know, in the pandemic era, it's really amazing, and I think that they're going to be able to do a lot more for a lot less in the future. So, will Star Wars movies be made for cheaper? Yeah, absolutely. I think so. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that spurs a lot of innovation. I think it spurs better stories. I think it could be amazing. And when we have the stagecraft technology, I don't think anything is actually being sacrificed in terms of special effects. You know what I mean? I think that we'll be able to do everything we ever wanted, you know, with lightsaber fights and droids and weird guys. And I think that we're really at a point where we can do anything and have it all done from one room. It's amazing. I don't know. It doesn't scare me to hear that Star Wars could be made with smaller budgets. In fact, I almost look forward to it. I really do. Yeah. I think it could bring about great films, to be honest with you. Put them under... what are you going to say?
Ewan McGregor, he went on record with saying how much he loves the technology and how he's fascinated with it. Yeah. How they're filming The Mandalorian, because I have a good feeling they're going to be using that for the Kenobi series.
Oh, yeah. I think they'll be using it for everything. For all Star Wars, for all Marvel. I think that this is going to be just part of the way movies are made in the future. This is truly revolutionary. And I think that's why Lucas was on set. You know, he was very heavily on set in The Mandalorian because they're doing something new. They weren't doing much new in terms of filming when it came to the sequel trilogy. In fact, they were trying to go to old techniques in the sequel trilogy, but The Mandalorian was pushing things forward. And that's something that Lucas always loved. He loved to see that. He wanted to see new things. He wanted to see technology being moved forward with Star Wars films, and he wanted to see new stuff being brought to the table. And that's all of what The Mandalorian's doing, and that's freaking fantastic. Okay, so John Boyega. Ever hear of him?
I did.
Yeah, he's a guy. And so apparently Boyega's kind of saying he's done with Star Wars. Responding to fans on Instagram, Boyega said that he has moved on from playing Finn. I guess someone wrote to him on Instagram and said, "Force Finn in action with a green lightsaber dressed in all black is what I want from the next Star Wars film." And Boyega replied, "LOL, no thank you, I've moved on." What do you think about that?
I understand where he's coming from, from like, the actor's point of view, because he's young and he has the rest of his life to act. Me, because I'm such a fan, I would be like, hey, dude, I would love to see that. Like, write some emails to Lucasfilm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what he says? He's like, not into playing the role for too long. I have more to offer than that. That's all. So he's just done playing Finn. He wants to do other roles, Yeah,
but that statement kind of comes off like a little like harsh,
You know who else said that exact same sort of phrase? I don't know. People like Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Ewan McGregor, Natalie Portman, Hayden Christensen. They all said the exact same thing. Everyone who's in a Star Wars film always gets afraid of being pigeonholed into that one role. And Boyega's doing the exact same thing that every other Star Wars actor has ever done. They've all retreated from the franchise after their role is immediately done. And they've said they've moved on. But guess what? Given the opportunity, they all come back. They all come back.
He would come back. That's what I think's really funny. Like, if he actually believes what he wrote,
Yeah, he doesn't. He wants to do new roles. He wants a different career. He wants to sow his wild oats in Hollywood, so to speak, and do other things. But guess what? If given the opportunity and given the cash, he'll come back. You want to know why? Mark Hamill came back. Carrie Fisher came back. Harrison Ford came back. Ewan McGregor came back. And guess what? Given the chance, Anakin Skywalker himself, Hayden Christensen, would come back. I truly, truly believe that. You know what I mean? In fact, there are rumors that Hayden Christensen could be coming back in the Kenobi series. Being a series regular actually in the in that series. It could be very, very interesting. I don't know. I think that would be really, really interesting. If he's some sort of ghost or something like that, or I don't know what
flashbacks,
some sort of flashback series, going back to the Kenobi Anakin years. That'd be so cool. But there are very heavy rumors of Hayden Christensen actually reprising his role as Anakin Skywalker in this Kenobi series, which I would absolutely love. They all come back. They all come back given the opportunity. So you know what? Let Finn sow his wild oats. Let John Boyega do what he wants to do. And I think that's fine. And given the opportunity, I would welcome him back, and I'm sure he would gladly accept.
Oh, totally.
Totally, right? Yeah. Same with Oscar Isaac. And you know what? Daisy Ridley too. I think they would come back too if given the right role and the right time. They just got to make put a few more films under their belts. You know what I mean? That's all they got to do.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Check out this link I just sent you. It's this theater in Paris called the Oma Cinema, brand new, which is planning to have a new era of movie theaters, motivated by the need to distance safely from fellow patrons. The company will eschew traditional theater setups that date back to ancient times. Instead of rows of seats that go up and back, it will build circular booths against a flat wall. They are akin to box seats in some theater houses, but more worrisome is the fact that the arrangement almost perfectly resembles the floating pods of the Republic Senate first seen in The Phantom Menace. This is from Nerdist. Have you seen this picture?
I didn't. It looks awesome. I would really like for them to actually do this.
Like, they're doing it. It's in Paris, dude. It's in Paris. This is what's happening.
So it's that.
Yeah, this isn't.
Yeah, but is that like a concept photo, or is that like an actual real photo with people sitting there?
That's for real. That's for real.
Oh my God, that's right. I thought that was like a concept thing.
No, this looks crazy. I'm so excited for this. It looks exactly like the Imperial Senate, man. It looks like the pods. I need to see this, and I need to go to this theater. And you know what? We need to sit there and we need to like have a bunch of people around us, and then go leave us, and then just do the Darth Plagueis, thing. ever heard of the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise? You know, it's a Sith legend. Yeah, we like. I just feel like every single person like sitting in those chairs would do that at least once. Like they pretty much should have like the dialogue just all written out right there. You know what I mean? Like it just looks tailor made for Revenge of the Sith. If they don't,
I mean, they need to figure out a water opera.
Yeah, if they don't do a Mon Calamari water opera every night, like what are they doing? You know, you know what I mean?
Everyone's just all whacked out, spaced out.
His eyes rolling back in their heads. Oh man, I could believe it. I could believe it. You know what I mean? Hey, Paris is a crazy town. That's a crazy old burg back over there. I could see it happening. Leave us. Oh man, Chris, that might be my favorite Star Wars movie. Revenge of the Sith might be my favorite.
Yeah,
isn't that crazy? I always figured it would be.
It's not crazy. I mean, it's a great movie.
I figured it would be an OT movie because I grew up with the OT, but it might be Revenge of the Sith. I just love it. I love it so hard.
I fall into Return of the Jedi all the time.
I mean, I love Return of the Jedi.
Hard. It's so hard to pick, dude. It really is. It's hard to pick.
It really is, man. It really is tough. But I just thought that was so cool. So like they're actually building it. They're building the Senate. Like,
yeah.
Oh, can't wait. I hope they bring one to the States. I want to go. I want to sit there. I'll watch whatever they show. I just want to sit in those pods.
Well, I feel like if it's going to be very successful, it'll definitely make its way over here.
Yeah, definitely. Alrighty. You heard of Dr. Afra, right?
I did.
She has an audiobook that's out now. Do you want to hear a little excerpt from it?
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. They rolled out an excerpt from this. It's basically a retelling of her first adventures in the Darth Vader comic from 2015, which is basically her introduction. But there's supposed to be added stuff as well. Let's hear what's going on in this. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Begin recording. The first thing you need to know. This time, I'm dead. Definitely dead. I've almost died before. So many times. More lives than a Tuca cat.
I gotta be honest, this is not the voice I thought that Afra would have.
Right.
I pictured her to have a, I don't know, this a higher pitch voice. I don't know why. A little faster in the delivery, but I don't know. Let's keep on going. It's compelling still.
That's how Savatubniks used to describe me. And this story, the one that ends with me definitely dead, it all starts with one of those times I almost died. So, let's begin there. Imagine it. The most epic space battle you've ever seen. Lasers, explosions, things that go pew-pew. And right in the middle of it all, our intrepid heroine. That's me, Dr. Chelly Lona Afra. Rogue archaeologist, weapons expert, droid reactivator extraordinaire. And did I mention she is also extraordinarily beautiful?
All right, I'm not sure this is the Dr. Afra I heard in my mind. I gotta be honest with you.
You went into it being like, dude, we're listening to this, and I just loved the look on your face.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Afra was better in my head. I don't know. I love
your head.
In my head. Afra's in my head. Oh man.
Afra.
Dr. Afra. Where else are you gonna get that?
I was just gonna say,
show me a Star Wars
welcome
podcast.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Brews and Blasters.
Yeah, be sure to tip your waitress.
This is what, yeah. Welcome to Vegas. This is why you come here. You know, this is why. You know, you're not gonna get this. That's how you just did. You're not gonna get this from any other Star Wars podcast. You know what I mean?
No,
that's
true.
No. You know, with that being said, I'm just gonna skip right over this story right here. It's boring to me.
Major news. See you later.
Yeah, I feel like we got to most of it. All right. I just want to get serious for one moment here before we close out the show. All right. Do you ever watch Mythbusters, Chris?
Yes, I heard this news.
So you heard about Grant Imahara?
I did.
Yeah.
It was very sad.
Yeah, you know, big shout out to Grant Imahara, who is just an awesome guy. I definitely thought he was, you know, amazing and definitely looked up to all the work he did. 49 years old. I can't believe he was 49. I just always pictured him to be like the young guy on Mythbusters. You know what I mean? Yeah, it turns out he worked at ILM for a long time. Just like Adam Savage did, actually.
Yeah.
He worked on a ton of films. He operated R2-D2 in the Star Wars prequels. He worked on Terminator 3, The Lost World, Jurassic Park, Matrix sequels, and much of other films.
Wow.
Developed a custom circuit for the Energizer Bunny's arms and ears. Built a machine that became a champion on BattleBots. BattleBots was a great show. And worked on Mythbusters from 2005 to 2014, and then ended up starring in the Netflix series The White Rabbit Project. So he, we're talking about Grant Imahara because he suddenly passed away. I don't know if we actually said that. Unfortunately, I think it was a brain aneurysm.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, it's just one of those things.
It was very shocking.
Yeah, it is. You know, what are you gonna do? It's just one of those things that just kind of happens. You know. So major shout out to Grant, and you know, much respect for everything he ever did. Big props, and you know, may he rest in peace, and condolences to his family and friends. So yeah, you know, when people in the Star Wars community pass on, we always want to, you know, just respect that and shed a little light on it, and you know, give them a little moment here. So that's what we're doing. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this show, this mess, whatever you want to call it. Hey, we had a good time, right, Chris? You have a good time? I had a good time. You have a good time?
I did too.
What about you? What about you wearing the headphones, playing the speakers? What are you doing? Do you have a good time tonight? We hope you did. And if you're a new listener, we hope you subscribe for free. We're available on all podcast apps. And we're also part of the RetroZap Podcast Network, subscribing at every RetroZap show, all in one place with a network catch-all feed. We get all the good shows over there. If you like this show, you'll probably like others. And while you're at it, tell a friend about Brews and Blasters this week and get them to subscribe. Follow up with them. You know, dog them, text them. What are you doing? You know, we all got more time on our hands. It's quarantine time. Get them to listen to Brews and Blasters at home. That's an important thing. Our official website is brewsandblasters.ninja. You can go to .com if you want, but be cool. Go to .ninja. Type that in. brewsandblasters.ninja. It's fun. And, you know, that's where you find all our shows, show art, notes, everything you ever wanted to know about Brews and Blasters. It's all there for you. If you can hear our voices right now, we want to hear from you. Email us at brewsandblasters@retrozap.com. Voicemail is 978-219-6688. The voicemail is getting low. We want to hear from you. So 978-219-6688. We want to hear what you're doing. What do you think? What are your thoughts? I don't know. Tell something good to Chris. I don't know. Social media, boring. Who cares? Go to Discord. Discord is where it's at. Our Discord server on the Retro Zap community channel is where we're at, and we're talking over there. We're having a good time. Go to Discord and keep the party going. That's where it's all happening. The party doesn't end when the music shuts off. So that's where you want to go. Discord, find RetroZap, find Brews and Blasters on there. That's where the party's happening. Chris is at thecollectorshut.com. Subscribe to his channel on YouTube and find the most amazing collecting videos you'll ever see in your entire life. It's going to change you. You won't be the same. For Chris Dalton, I'm Joe Tavano. We're out of here. Upper lives, Kenna forever.
Afraid the party's canceled, the summits never showed. On the wall was penciled, I was full-blown note. Force getting ready, man began too much. All the world was suffer, the Wookiee's wicked clutch.